Good morning and welcome to Oakwood FC for today's Mid-Sussex Youth Under-12s League Plate final between Withdean Youth and Maidenbower Colts. We await the sides coming to the pitch as they line up in the tunnel for this 9-a-side final here in Crawley this morning. And out come the two sides. Both teams have come through 3 rounds to reach this final, with Withdean narrowly beating Crawley Devils in the opening round before 7-1 and 5-0 victories over Linfield Juniors and Chailey Newitt Colts. Maidenbower Colts also started their cup journey off with a 3-2 win before comfortable wins versus Seaford and Hangleton, running out 12-3 and 9-0 victors. A slight difference in the squad sizes this afternoon. As I say, it's only a 9-a-side competition, but Withdean only able to field or bring a squad of 9 for this morning's game, whereas Maidenbower with a strong squad full of substitutes also. So we'll just run through the squads for you today. So we have for Withdean, Tom Woods, Sam Downs, Hayden Fuller, Matty McHugh, Daniel Seligson, Oscar Braterman, their captain, Dylan Bulaki, Patrick Miller and Jimmy Herbertson. And for the yellow and black of Maidenbower, Tyler Kenyon, Joshua Chizuka, Connor Stevenson, their captain Jack Stevenson, George Coleman, William Howarth, Abdul Malik Alian, Krish Pajane Sati, Liam Ronayne, Luke Tidy, Ben Quirk, Joshua Hubbard, Edward Waite, Jake Tucknott, Jack Owens, Harry Parker and Caleb Whitley. And the officials for this afternoon's, or this morning's game rather, are Len Lodge, and he'll be assisted by William Izzard and Sam Keogh. In the respective dugouts this afternoon for Withdean, Aldin Bulaki and then Rob Woods and David Fuller join him in the dugout. And for Maidenbower, Gavin Gordon and Michael Stevenson will oversee their side's performance in this final. A big day for these two under-12 side, a chance to play in a cup final and potentially get their hands on some silverware. You can see the shield just down below us out of shot, but two teams will be hoping that today is their day as they both line up in the respective goals and receive their official pre-match photos and what will be hopefully a day they'll remember. Reminder that our halves will be half an hour each way, and if it's tied we will have extra time followed by penalties. As the two captains go up to contest the toss, that's Oscar Braterman in the red and black for Withdean, and then Jack Stevenson, the Maidenbower number 4, representing his side in the centre circle. It's going to be Withdean to get us underway, kicking from right to left in this first half. as Len Lodge just checks in with the keepers, and we're going to be underway here to the sound of support from the stands. McHugh, his throwing down the line, just going to evade Hayden Fuller, and Maidenbower can get the ball clear, but it's back with McHugh just over halfway through, just over the halfway mark, pardon, over for a throw-in. McHugh throws it down the line, but just goes over the Withdean head, but comes back to McHugh. Just can't quite get away on the near side, and now running away with just for Chizuka. And now it comes through, and there might be a chance here for Maidenbower. It's right across the area, driven low across by Connor Stevenson. But no one in a yellow shirt to latch onto the end of that drilled pass across the area. Maidenbower just pressing up and Withdean. They managed to win a throw-in as a result. Only half cleared by Braithwaite. It's allowed to bounce, and plenty of yellow shirts around it there, but Withdean do manage to get it away, and now feeding it forward towards Hayden Fuller. But Jack Owens just able to knock that one into touch. Throw-in's taken. It's into Dylan Bulaki, but it breaks for Maidenbower. And a strong challenge comes in from Sam Downs, but might be a chance here, and it's Jack Stevenson breaking away from Maidenbower, but he can't quite get past the challenge of Sam Downs. And then Tyler Kenyon just gets his first touches on the ball there, the man in goal for Maidenbower today. Good challenge by Stevenson in the middle. The ball is played down the line by Liam Renang and ends up going out for a throw-in after Jake Tucknott managed to clip it off a Withdean player. And good composure to turn out there from the Maidenbower number 12, Jack Owens. Just was hoping that one was going to run out of play, but showed confidence to turn away when he was under pressure. Ball just not really settling for either side at the moment, but Maidenbower perhaps looked the more accomplished in possession so far, as they might look to attack here. It was Jack Stevenson trying to get on the end of that flicked header by Joshua Chizuka, but here is Chizuka, just threads the ball through, but just a little bit too much on it, and the man in goal, Daniel Seligson, can collect. Maidenbower can clear, and it's up towards Chizuka, but then just hacked away by Oscar Breiteman. And now on that far side is Jimmy Herbertson, but not able to keep it in play, but it does go out for a throw-in to his side that his captain Oscar Breiteman will go over and take. And he'll have a second chance here, Breiteman, from the throw-in. Throw goes in, but there's not a red shirt there initially, but it does go out for another throw-in, and Withdean can continue this spell of pressure. Breiteman into the area, but can't quite find Dylan Bulaki. Now Stevenson was attempting to clear, but a challenge came in, but he does win a throw-in and a chance for Maidenbower just to release some of that pressure. Maybe a chance here for Maidenbower to break, but it just fizzles out as they're unable to find a accurate forward pass, but back they come. It's with Joshua Chizuka and now Stevenson. Now Jack Stevenson shifts it right and finds Liam Renane, and now going towards the byline. I think that's William Howarth there. It's a goal kick. It's cleared over halfway. And an attempt at some intricate passing there on the far side, but doesn't quite come off for Withdean, but they have it back in their possession with goalkeeper Daniel Seligson. Blake tries Stevenson to be a free kick just over halfway, and I think that's Patrick Miller over the free kick that he'll deliver. It's crossed in. There might be a chance. It just hits a Maidenbower body in there, but comes out towards Miller. Now Bulaki battling as well. He was joined by Jimmy Herbertson, but it's Maidenbower who win the throw-in. Only half cleared by McHugh, but well brought down initially by Tom Woods. And unable to keep that in play was Joshua Chizuka. Matty McHugh's throwing just goes over the top of a Withdean head. Hayden Fuller trying to battle on through here, and he almost manages to get through, but Stevenson able to clear it, but only as far as Breiteman, but his pass not accurate enough to stay within the confines of the Oakwood pitch. Miller just prods it forward, but breaks here for Stevenson, who pokes it right, but should be kept in eventually. It looked like they were going to let it run out of play, but Matty McHugh decided to keep it in, and now Woods prods it down the line, but I think that one might just run away from Hayden Fuller, and it does. As I was saying before kick-off, both teams made it fairly comfortably through the second round and then the quarterfinals and then the semi-finals. But they both had a battle in that opening round, both coming out on top 3-2 winners. There might be a chance here for Maidenbower to break, but across there was Sam Downs playing at the centre of that back three today. Owens dinks it in and Downs gets ahead on it. Good strength from McHugh, and then Tom Woods, it was battling well. Here's Renane. Tries to find Stevenson, but Bulaki can turn out nicely, and then he's brought to the floor there. Good work from Dylan Bulaki. Massey McHugh over this free kick, clips it forward, but it's going to be intercepted by a Maidenbower Colts shirt. And now here's Fuller, just hooks it forward, but there's no willing runners ahead of him, so it'll run through to Tyler Kenyon. Neither keeper really troubled as of yet. Here's Howarth. Tries to play it forward and he's looking for Chizuka. McHugh prods it forward, and now Hayden Fuller was trying to look for Tom Woods. Edward Waite it was with the clearance into touch. Stevenson prodded forward towards Chizuka, but again the Withdean defence able to deal with the threat. And that's a really good challenge, and it's prodded forward, and there might be a chance here breaking through. I think Fuller it is trying to get there, but quick off his line was Tyler Kenyon. Miller just can't quite bring that one down, and now away comes Chizuka. Now Howarth, but it's prodded away, and it does fall. Now Howarth with the ball in hand, but he leaves it for his teammate. And here is Ronayne. Skips away from his man and feeds down the line to Howarth, and then a crunching challenge comes in from Massey McHugh. It's a really well-timed challenge from the Withdean defender. Renane into the feet of Stevenson. Now the ball crossed in, it comes to Chizuka, just can't quite connect with it. Cross came in from Joshua Hubbard. just allowed to bounce there, and Kenyon has to come off his line to deal with the threat. As Chizuka almost spins away from Sam Downs. Bulaki just battling with Stevenson, and it's the latter that comes out on top. But then Matthew McHugh on hand to clear it forward. Allowed to bounce, and Hayden Fuller pressurising the Maidenbower defence, but that's good composure there. I think it was Jack Owens at the back just knocking that one over Fuller's head. Ball's hooked forward, and Downs gets the touch in, but it's hooked forward. And Stevenson nods it down. There's a little bit confusing. Chizuka might break through here! And Joshua Chizuka takes advantage of a defensive mix-up to put Maidenbower Colts into the lead. The two defenders unable to communicate, and it broke nicely for Joshua Chizuka. He was able to prod it into the bottom right-hand corner, and that's 1-0 to Maidenbower. Rather unfortunate goal for Withdean to concede, but they've got to move on from it. It was a good finish from Chizuka. Here is the goal scorer. Now Stevenson shifts it right to Howarth, and it's cleared away by Braitman. McHugh. Fuller nods it inside, but can only find Stevenson. Then played forward. McHugh just skips his way out of pressure and just allows it to run over the touchline as he makes his way back into position. Howarth plays it forward, but it's intercepted by Downs, then helped back forward, and here is Jack Stevenson all the way back to their number 3, Edward Wade. It might come through here, but Renane was collected at the far post and driven in by Joshua Hubbard, but way over the top of the goal of Daniel Seligson. I might just break away here for Maidenbower, but unable to keep it in was William Howarth. Almost skipped through a number of challenges there to break in behind the Withdean backline. But fortunately for Withdean, it goes out for a throw in. The Massey McHugh will launch down the line. McHugh. Then Miller in midfield. Now Bulaki gets through one challenge and then does well on the next, and it comes through to Hayden Fuller, who's met with significant presence but manages to squeeze the pass back to Dylan Bulaki, who keeps it in play well. and then eventually it comes off, I think, a Maidenbower player. So will be a chance for Withdean to have a throw in deep inside the Maidenbower half. McHugh in towards Bulaki, and it might break for Fuller, but he's crowded out by a number of shirts, and then Bulaki gets the block in, but it will be a throw in for Maidenbower. Howarth leaves it for Stevenson, who does well to get away from Miller. And Stevenson tries to find a forward pass, but it's cut out by a Withdean player. But back come Maidenbower again. Stevenson prods it out wide towards Ronayne, but Matthew McHugh does well enough to get a foot in and clear it. McHugh gets the foot in and clears long. It's allowed to run for Tyler Kenyon. He just hoists it clear into touch. And a couple of substitutions for Maidenbower. They've got a sizable squad, so they're making the most of it in this first half. I think a foul throw just awarded against Withdean. Braidson unable to control the one. Now Stevenson feeds it through to Chizuka, but stepping in well was Downs, and now Fuller with a chance to try and set away Jimmy Herbertson. Sorry. Ball played through, and Chizuka might be in here, but that's really good goalkeeping. And then again, but it might break still for Stevenson, who curls one into the far corner. And it's Jack Stevenson, the captain, who has doubled Maidenbower's advantage. And it is 2-0 to Maidenbower. Daniel Sellington did ever so well initially, but then it broke to Stevenson, who just curled one into the vacated net. Chizuka, now Stevenson, and it's worked out for Stevenson here again. That's Krish Pajane. Sati, the number 11, just battling in there. Withdean just unable to get a proper clearance on the ball here, and it keeps coming back towards him. And Oscar Braceman has to be the one to find the pass out to Dylan Bulaki. And then doing well on that far side was Jimmy Herbertson. Braceman just gets a foot in, but Chizuka tries to get away but can't quite do so, and then Herbertson marshals well on the far side. Stevenson through to Krish Pajane-Sati, who's trying to break away from Sam Downs, but it's cleared only as far as a Maidenbower shirt, but then a fantastic block on the line from Massey McHugh to keep the scores at 2-0. Really good positioning from Massey McHugh to deny. I think it was Stevenson potentially with another goal there, but it might have been the other Stevenson, Connor Stevenson, with the shot. Good feet to work into Pajane, and it's thread through here, and it's a good clearance in the end, but Pajane-Sati found the through ball, and then Chizuka trying to get on the end of it. And I think in attempting to play that forward pass, Krish Pajane-Sati just took a knock, so he's just going to be withdrawn for some treatment. Miller gets it clear, but Fuller unable to hold it up. And Kenyon can clear, but only as far as Bulaki, who just can't quite get it under his control. Still going, Dylan Bulaki. Squeezed it down line to Tom Woods, but then his forward pass just trickles out for a goal kick. Miller strikes from range, gets a decent contact on it, it's spilled and it almost falls to Hayden Fuller, but Kenyon did well to hold on to it a second time of asking. And Massey McHugh with the physical challenge there on the diminutive winger. And then Bulaki just tripped there. Downs just gets the clearance in. Miller controls it on his thigh, and now Woods just loses track of where the ball is in the air, and away comes Stevenson for Maidenbower, driving away on the left hand side. He's marshalled by Downs on the far side. Now Miller hooks it clear, but back come Maidenbower, prodded forward, and Massey McHugh across well again to make the tackle. Only a few moments left in the first half here at Oakwood. And the scores still remain 2-0 to Maidenbower. And it's going to be Miller to play it forwards. And it's come off a Maidenbower head and then not quite cleared. And it might fall on the edge here. But now away come Maidenbower again. But Sam Downs with the challenge, and then Hayden Fuller sniffing around for a chance, but unable to bring under control. And at half time, it is Maidenbower Colts who lead this under-12s cup final by 2-0 against Withdean Youth. Welcome back to Oakwood FC for the second half of this Under-12s League Plate Cup final between Withdean and Maidenbower. After the first half now, it is the yellow and black of Maidenbower that lead by 2-0. So Withdean with it all to do in their second half if they're to contest for the trophy, and that's good early pressure from Hayden Fuller to force the ball into touch. But from the subsequent throwing, the ball does just trickle behind for a Maidenbower goal kick. That's good pressure from Stevenson. He's dispossessed Matthew McHugh there. Might be a chance for a cross into the box, but Sam Downs, it was getting the touch in. Stevenson. Maybe a chance to get a cross in here as he skips past his man, but that cross is going to just loop up over the top of everyone inside the area. Fuller plays it over towards Woods. Tries to find a path through, but just closed down, and then Downs has to come across to clear. Woods just keeps it in play, and then trying to spin away was Herbertson. The ball is lofted forward. There might be a chance here for Herbertson. Over towards Hayden Fuller at the far post, but just can't set it into a good enough area to get the shot away. And then he's met by FD Maidenbower presence. Going well was Miller, and now Herbertson tries to turn out, but he's just crowded out. But might be a chance here for Bulaki to break away, and he goes to a shot from range, but it's just struck a leg of a Maidenbower defender. Now Fuller looks forward towards Herbertson, but cleared away. But a good positive start to the second half for Withdean. Braterman into Bulaki, but he just miscontrols the throw-in, and Maidenbower can break, but Downs gets to tackle it. Fuller just unable to pluck that one out of the sky. Just squeezes through Sam Downs there, and it's helped forward, but an important touch from Oscar Braterman to get it clear, or to help it back to his keeper to get it clear rather. Matthew McHugh just loses it on the edge of his own area, but coming across well was Sam Downs. So a bit of confusion there, but I think it's been given as a free kick rather than a throw-in. Didn't quite catch the infringement myself, but referee must have seen something, so it'll be a free kick for Seligson to clear. Bulaki. And then a battle in there involving Massey McHugh, who does well to come out on top there, but then it just strikes, and rather unfortunately strikes the body of Herbertson. Breitman. Downs gets it clear and tries to find Herbertson, but Maidenbower able to clear, but only to halfway. But Massey McHugh is waiting, but then loses out to Stevenson. You might set away the team out on the right hand side, but Crosswell again was Downs, who's really stood out this second half, making a number of important interceptions so far. Cross is delivered in. It's towards Stevenson, but it's just going to run all the way out, I think, and it does, for a throw in. But Withdean really need to score in the next 5-10 minutes or so if they're really to feel like they can get back into this tight. Withdean just creeping off the pitch here of each and every one of these throw-ins, and they find themselves in a decent position here. Oscar Breitman, the captain, over it. And they're going to win a corner. Hayden Fuller, I think it was challenging, but came off a yellow shirt last, so it's going to be corner and a chance for Withdean to maybe grab a goal back. Fuller goes towards the far post, but just evades Woods, and maybe a chance for Maidenbower to counter here. Trying to get over halfway, but Downs is there again with another challenge, and again superb from Sam Downs to halt the attack. And the ball is fed forward. I think Seligson's just going to come across to clear. Downs, not clear. And then a slip, and away come Withdean. I think play just going to be stopped there after a Maidenbower player took a tumble trying to control the ball. think it might be Jack Owens, the man down, but he looks like he's well enough to at least walk off the pitch. Not sure if he'll be able to continue. Braitman clears it forward after the restart, and then Buleki gets a nodder. But it comes back towards the Withdean defence, and going through is Stevenson, but just doesn't quite muster the ability to get it under his control. Buleki and Fuller just battling for Withdean. It's going to be Buleki the one who comes out of it. Then good work from Jimmy Herbertson. Then away come Maidenbower again. Racing away on the near side, and Braitman has to come across with the challenge. And then attempted a really nice little bit of skill that doesn't quite come off. A good little bit of imagination there, and then Herbertson's just held up there. Sam Downs. His free kick forward is helped on by Woods. And only half cleared, but eventually enough distance is achieved on the clearance, and away comes Stevenson, trying to turn inside, and it might come through here. Big chance, but coming across well was, I think it was Sam Downs again to make the challenge. As Daniel Seligson assesses his options from the goal kick and finds a pass into Tom Woods on halfway. Now it's with McHugh, he just clears that one into touch right in front of the Maidenbower substitutes. Miller hooked up into the air and then nodded forward. And the ball forward, the through ball forward, just going to go through all the way to Seligson. Miller through in the middle, looking for Woods. A decent clearance at the back there. And then Downs, involved again in a physical battle, and then Massey McHugh just guides it back to Seligson. Now Woods. Bulaki squeezes it through, but Wood's unable to get there. But then a number of Withdean shirts are present, but might come out here and it's prodded out wide. It's towards Hayden Fuller, and it's a clearance from Tyler Kenyon. Fuller plays it forward and it's nodded away. Almost falls from McHugh. He does well to get a foot in. Then Bulaki makes a challenge and it's Herbertson who's trying to get it through. But away come Maidenbower again. Prodded forward and it's found its way through to Stevenson. And now running away on that far side, but across comes Matthew McHugh just to usher that one out of play. And just a slight misjudgment inside his own half by the Maidenbower defender. So Oscar Breitman will have this thrown. It's allowed to run there, and Herbertson sniffing around. He has to deny the Withdean forward, does Tyler Kenyon. Fuller clips it and just goes over the head of Sam Downs, who was rising highest at the far post. Stevenson hooks it forward, but McHugh is underneath it. And then a outstretched leg from Matthew McHugh brings down the Maidenbower attacker. I think it was William Howarth who went down under the challenge. A chance here from the free kick to make it 3 potentially, and it's whipped in. It's a good save. 2 strong wrists from Daniel Seligson to keep the scores at 2-0. We had to watch that one all the way. And then show good strength to palm it over the crossbar. And the corner comes in and Seligson just about manages to get it clear, but it's still with Maidenbower. But I think it's gone for a corner just early on in the move. Seligson just scrapping that one out of his goal. Howarth towards the far post, but it just evades the man at the back stick. And I think Maidenbower is preparing a quadruple substitution here. You do have to feel for Withdean unable to make any substitutions today with only a squad of 9. Maidenbower for a squad of 18, able to keep their team refreshed. As Breitman gets good contact on the clearance, and Kenyon is the one who shouts loudest to clear. But Bulaki battles well in the midfield, and I think he just wins the foul there after being held. Miller clears it forward, and it's going to come through to McHugh, and now Herbertson. Back to Sam Downs, he prods it forward, and it comes to Hayden Fuller, and now Matthew McHugh sets it for Dylan Bulaki, and just, I think he caught it with his other foot just before releasing the shot. Bulaki does well to turn away, and maybe a chance to get a shot off here, and pokes it towards goal from distance and just fades away from that left hand top corner. Braitman. Throw-in is cleared, but then he lofts it forward and almost comes to Woods, but it might fall here for McHugh. He shifts it onto his left foot and then tries to find a forward pass, but it's cleared away by Maidenbower. Just strikes the hands of Hayden Fuller there. To be a free kick for Maidenbower to take. That's a free kick delivered, and that was decent contact on it, but watching it all the way was Sam Downs. Braitman, the Withdean captain, with this free kick. Just hits the first man. Only about 5 minutes or so left here at Oakwood. As Howarth unable to keep that one in play. Matthew McHugh loops the throw-in up and hits the head of a Maidenbower player, but a good press from Miller. But still in possession of the team that lead 2-0 Maidenbower. And maybe a chance here. Fuller looks for the crossfield ball, and it's rather miscued by the winger when they had a 3-on-1 situation. And perhaps that was the chance they needed right before the last couple of minutes to find a goal back, but Hayden Fuller unable to take advantage. Howarth plays it down the line towards Shizuka. Then McHugh comes across to find the pass to Braiterson. Braithman fires it forward and it's allowed to bounce. Might come through here to Woods with a chance, but he can't quite find the back of the net. Tom Woods with a chance. It came from on his left foot. Tried to find the bottom right hand corner, but unable to ripple the back of the net. And the scores remain at 2-0 to Maidenbower. Chizuka helps it forward. It might come through to William Howarth here on the left hand side. Braithman's there for company, but going for goal is Howarth, but just guided past the right hand post. As another raft of substitutions for Maidenbower. Now Braithman clips it forward and it's initially brought down but then hacked away, and Tom Woods just with maybe two hands in the back there, but the referee allows play to continue, and Bulaki managed to get a shot off, but Tyler Kenyon keen to keep his clean sheet intact this afternoon rather. McHugh just nods that one out of play as we approach the final few moments of this final. Downs just gets it clear, and then Woods there battling, but it comes through to Fuller, who tries to find Woods again. Now Stevenson plays it forward, and then McHugh sends a clearance away, but then still coming back on Maidenbower with Stevenson, the captain of Maidenbower. Then a turn on halfway and he's just about got away with it, but then might be a chance at a counter here as Tyler Kenyon eventually receives the ball back. And then Bulaki battling in midfield, and I think a free kick has been given there. Probably rather soft, that decision, but given nonetheless by the referee, who today is Len Lodge. Sam Downs. Now Bulaki, and he tries to look for the pass forward to Fuller and finds it. But his touch just somewhat lets him down. And then Downs clears long, but that one's I think going to go up for a throw, and it is. Just under a minute left here at Oakwood. Still 2-0 Maidenbower lead. But it's sent through to Woods, who might be able to get a shot off here, and it's still not cleared. Eventually it is. And guided all the way back to Seligson. Then Massimo McHugh just caught on his heels there. But then just about cleared, but then it comes back here for Stevenson. Connor Stevenson just battling on the near side, but just forced all the way back. And Herbertson comes in with the pressure and forces the ball out for a throw-in. Buleki hooks it forward and it's allowed to bounce and then cleared long. Sam Downs gets to touch him and Massey McHugh being a bit under pressure here, so forced to give away the throw in. Stevenson just doesn't quite get enough contact on that shot to really trouble Daniel Seligson. Woods pokes it right end. Braitman is going to collect. He's got Fuller on the overlap, and here is Hayden Fuller. Delivers the cross in. It's not quite cleared initially, but then it is. Now Braitman, and just tugs back the shirt of Stevenson. Perhaps a little bit of frustration from the captain. Good feet on the far side, and that is full time here at Oakwood FC, and it is victory for Maidenbower Colts in this under-12s final. They run out 2-0 victors against Withdean Youth, thanks to two first half goals that separated the two side goals from Chizuka and then Stevenson are what split the two sides this afternoon, and it was a good battle, especially in the second half. Good response from Withdean, but unfortunately they were unable to find a way through to cut the deficit, so it will be Maidenbower's day. Thank you for joining us today at Oakwood FC for this Under-12s League Plate final. It is Maidenbower's day as they run out 2-0 winners here against Withdean. Again, thanks for joining us, and we will see you again soon. Thank you.